Well, despite 6 years of difficult and often painstaking negotiations, Brexit is still as acrimonious as ever. We're now said to be in a historically new low relations between the EU and the UK, following the British government's decision to unilaterally breach part of the Northern Ireland Protocol, the piece that keeps Northern Ireland within the EU's single market for goods while leaving the EU with the rest of the UK. The solution was found to ensure all sides complied with the Good Friday peace agreement. But I'm joined now by Vice President of the European Commission, Sefcovic, who's also the EU's lead negotiator on Brexit. You're welcome, Vice President.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
So, first of all, talk us through, I suppose, the threat to the single market, this decision the UK government has had, what it could do to damage the single market, essentially.
As you know, our relationship with the UK and especially the protocol and withdrawal agreement and TCA, they are based on trust. Because in the case of protocol, and of course, if you then draft the bill where you just want to control what is coming to our internal single market, if on top of it you do not want to perform the necessary checks, so this trust is severely damaged and undermined.
But let's say the single market, what the British are proposing is not dissimilar to what the EU have said, an express lane, a green lane, goods go and stay in Northern Ireland, so they would have sort of fewer checks. But if there's no checks, what could happen, let's say, to the EU single market if you have some difficult crops, some unauthorised goods, some unauthorised animal products and so on that find their way into the single market from Northern Ireland to the Republic, for example?
If there are no controls, simply we might end up with the goods which simply would be illegal, which would not be up to the standards from the point of view of public health or animal health, or simply it could be a lot of things like smuggling, increased over the border.
Now, the UK side is, of course, they're doing this out of necessity. You say that the UK hasn't moved on discussions since February. So which is it? Talk us through, from your side, the situation.
I have to say that since March of the last year, we haven't seen any constructive proposal from the UK side. We just saw that new difficult issues being brought to the table. And I can also say that having spoken on a regular basis to the Northern Irish business representatives, to the political leaders, to the civic society, that a lot of these things brought to the table by the UK government been never mentioned by the people of Northern Ireland. And therefore, we've been very much focusing on practicality of solving some of the unintended consequences to make sure that we can operate the protocol in a smooth way to lower to the maximum the necessary checks.
You mentioned there legal proceedings against the UK. Talk us through that. And also, ultimately, if this bill gets through the House of Commons, which could take a year or so, does that mean that the EU will freeze the TCA, the free trade agreement between the EU and the UK?
The first very important statement is that this bill, this draft bill, first and foremost, we consider very clearly it's illegal. It's against international law. We do not see it as a serious offer because of some of the things I already mentioned, like UK deciding what kind of goods would come to the EU. Preventing us from any effective control over this flow of goods. So what we are going to do from our side, first and foremost, as I said, we are protecting single market, but today's legal action. We will be very firm, calm, but at the same time proportionate in our response. And also our next steps would be gradual, because we still want to keep the doors for negotiation open. But of course, if this bill is approved as it is, I cannot exclude anything, and all the options have to be on the table.
You mentioned keeping the door open. Is Boris Johnson, the UK Prime Minister, or Liz Truss, the Foreign Secretary, are they reliable partners to actually get this issue resolved, do you believe?
I said at the beginning that our relationship, especially if you're coming to such a delicate agreements like withdrawal agreement, TCA, and especially the protocol, is very much based on trust. And I have to say that by this draft bill introduced after 18 months of the discussion, that this trust is severely damaged.
What could the implications be then for Northern Ireland if this isn't resolved? Do they lose access to the EU single market? And also, what about the fragility of the peace agreement there?
I think that one of the clear consequences would be the uncertainty. I think if you talk to the Northern Irish businesses, what you hear most often from them is, please get to the table, find a joint solution, solve it. We need legal certainty, we need predictability for our businesses. Our investors are hesitating because they do not know if that eventual company they would invest in the Northern Ireland would produce for 5 million, for 50 million, or for 500 million. According to economic figures over the last year, I think the Northern Ireland was developing quite well comparing to other regions in the EU. And if it comes to peace, for us, this was primordial priority from the beginning. As you know, we've been, as a EU, as a peace project, supportive of Good Friday Agreement from the day one. We've been always supporting financially, politically, economically. I saw some of the projects like Fleury Bridge, Schenkel Road Centre, sponsored project, and I saw that what kind of change and transformation it was achieved over the last years, and I think we should cherish it, we should treasure it, and we should create conducive environment for peace to be stable.
Vice President, do you believe then this action by the UK is for the greater good, in their opinion, for Northern Ireland, or perhaps domestic political situation in the UK?
I think it's indeed very much, it's indeed politically very much driven by London, and for us, what is important in all this relationship, and I said it a few times, and I'm very happy to repeat it: we are not seeking political victory in Northern Ireland. We just want these issues to be solved in a way that we can cement what I hope will be again a good, prosperous relationship with the UK. With creating all these opportunities for Northern Ireland, and of course support the peace and support the Good Friday Belfast Agreement in all its dimensions.
Okay, Maroš Sefcovic, Vice President of the European Commission and the EU's lead Brexit negotiator, thank you very much for joining us on the Global Conversation.
Thank you.